Hello and welcome to my creative castle. Well, I can't tell you how excited I am to make this video, and it's rather an unplanned video. I did spend just a little bit of time gathering some stuff up, but just thought of it this afternoon, like maybe an hour ago. So if you're a returning viewer, I'm so happy to share this with you. And as always, thank you for your patience while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name's May. I love yarn, I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, completely colorblind, blind by light. And I knit and crochet by feel. Okay, so I've been knitting for probably about 16 years, since 2009. And I have a video on it. I think it's my second video about in celebration of March being National Crafting Month, right? And I'm talking about my crochet journey. So if you watch that video, thank you so much. Okay, and in that video I talk about how my grandmother crocheted, my older sister crocheted, and my older sister tried to teach me how to crochet numerous times when we were teenagers, and I was like 15, I think was the first time she put a crochet hook in my hand and some Red Heart Super Saver, and I didn't get it, and I didn't get it, and I didn't get it, and she taught like 2 or 3 times we went over crochet, and I just really set it aside for years, for like 30 years. And then in the summer of 2023, when she was home for her annual visit, which is usually sometime really the end of June, first part of July, I was like, ooh, let's do it, it's on, teach me how to crochet again. And so she did, just like when we were teenagers, right? We got some probably, Lily sugar and cream or peaches and cream or something, some kind of kitchen cotton. Then she got a hook out and she did the chain, and she did the first couple of rows. And then if you're a returning viewer, you know what this is. Yeah, this is disaster dishcloth, right? Because it's a disaster. I kept messing up my stitch count, couldn't keep my rows even, my tension's all over the place, right? And it cleans up after my disaster, so we call this disaster dishcloth. But this was my dishcloth of 2023. And you can see what a mess it was. What a struggle. I had to rip this out and restart it like 3 or 4 times. This was the best I could do. And I was so frustrated with it. I was like, I don't need crochet. I got knitting. There's plenty to do with knitting. I know how to knit. I know how to design my own clothes. I don't need knitting. So spent a year not thinking about crochet till, about a year ago. Yeah, July of 2024, and I kept having all these designs of knit stuff in my head that I couldn't figure out how to do with knitting. And I was like, maybe crochet is the answer, right? Maybe crochet is the answer. So I finally got serious. I knew it was the end of July, first part of August. I was like, I gotta get serious about learning how to crochet. So I was trying to figure out, what day do I really consider my crochetaversary, right? The day that I really decided I'm gonna get serious and learn how to crochet. So I knew it was August, so I do keep a journal. And if you're wondering, like, how does a visually impaired person keep a journal? Well, on the same little rectangle that you're watching me on, my Samsung Galaxy S23, right? Got my notepad in there, and I dictate in there, and I just sit there and talk to it and dictate all my notes about my day, what I'm doing, what my thoughts are, and what's going on, my life, family, drama in the house, blah, 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 right? So I knew it'd be in there. I knew I would have documented that. I started at August 1st, and there I was, August 1st, 2024, talking about crochet. So I just kept going back through July, and I found it. That's right. July 21st of 2024, I said in my journal, I'm like, I decided it's time to get serious to learn how to crochet. My sister tried to teach me about this time last year. I still know the mechanics, but I'm practicing now how to chain and single crochet into the chain. Yeah, a year ago on July 21st, I was practicing again how to chain and had a single crochet into the chain. I consider that my crochet anniversary. I consider that to be the day that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn how to crochet, and I finally got serious about it. Okay. So I decided to do like 2 more dishcloths. Now I'll be honest with you, this is a variegated one. I don't know for sure if this is the first one. I think this is the second one. I honestly think I can't find the very first one that I did after that in 2024. I think this is the second one because it's got like a little bit of a pattern to it. But yeah, this is the second one. It's variegated, it's white, and I think maybe blues, and I don't even remember what colors it is. But this was my second dishcloth of 2024 when I was like, I am going to get this dishcloth thing. I'm going to learn how to keep my stitch count. I'm going to learn how to work on my tension. I'm going to learn how to keep my stitches even, right? And you can tell from this one that I still wasn't very successful. The stitch count's much better, but it's wider at the top, right? It's tighter at the bottom. You can still see what I still struggle with, right? I chain way too tight. And from there, it was like bucket hats, and then I was on YouTube, and all these crochet channels were talking about Christmas in July, and I'm like, what? What's that? I want to participate, right? So it was like last July and August. Yeah, started doing some Christmas ornaments, doing some stuff. Yeah, and so I was so excited to come on here and just to think about it this afternoon. I'm like, wow, look at how far I've come, right? I went from dishcloth struggling still with tension and stitch count to these are the shorts, the Holly Berry shorts that I designed and knit in a comfy worsted from Knit Paisley Crochet. And I was like, oh, I'm good at knitting. I'm not very good at crochet yet. So I did something called crow knitting, where you crochet off of your knitting needles. And if you want to learn how to do that, there's a whole demo on my channel. I made a whole video on teaching you how to crochet off your knitting needles. In fact, I think I even did a short. There's a short on my channel on it as well, on crow knitting, how to crochet off your. So I did this. So I was like feeling good about that. I was, like, this is what I could do. I could knit and then crochet off the knitting needle. So I started doing that kind of stuff, right? And you guys have seen it, the skirt. This is the Astoria tonal skirt off of what's her Crystal from Bagode, off of her Love of My Life shawl. It's a 6-pointed shawl, and I turned it into a skirt with the Astoria tonal. I'm so excited about that. I love this skirt, so pretty. So in a year, I'm so excited. I've moved on to, starting to be able to design too, right? I didn't bring everything. I promise I didn't bring everything. And I wanted to designing this little tank top that you saw not too long ago where I crocheted and then picked up and knit. Also did a demo of that on my channel. How to, get your knitting needle in there, show you how to do that. Did the granny square skirt. I didn't bring it. I wanted to bring everything, but I don't want to waste your time either. I just want you to celebrate with me. So, there's the granny square skirt where I learned how to do the Jada and Stitches granny squares, then learned how to work a knit skirt from the bottom up, right? I'm really trying to learn how to do more stitches. So this is another Crystal shawl, right? It's another easy 2-row repeat. I think it's called Present Day with the glitter Christmas wheel of alpaca. And this shawl, there is only 2 rows. And I really got to practice those front post double crochets. That's all the second row is, pretty much, is chains and front post doubles. Love it. Just posted my Finish It Friday video, where like one of my goals for this year is like learn more stitches and learn more construction techniques. So I didn't bring those beanies with me, but you can find them if for some reason you missed the Finish It Friday video. I think it's number 12, I think. Right, so I was like challenging myself, right, to learn new stitches, where I show the Cambridge Nights beanie, where I learned the Alpine stitch, and I think it's the Last Frontier beanie, where I learned 3 new stitches: the bean stitch, the triumph stitch, the knotted half double crochet. So I'm definitely on my goal. And just today I'm going to show it to you to celebrate my crochet journey anniversary, my crocheteversary. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, crocheteversary. We're going to call it that. Crocheteversary. The day that I learned to crochet. You've seen, right, like the beanies from Wand and Yarn Addict I just talked about. They start at the top down. They're started with them. You make a magic ring, and then you get bigger, and you get bigger, and you work down. And you've seen the bucket house. I got that down. But just like with knitting, right, I want to learn more construction techniques. So just today, I was like, I got to learn as hard as it is for me to work into that chain and not make my chain too tight. I'm like, I got to learn how to make a crochet hat from the bottom up. Yeah, and how to do the brim from the bottom up, because I've never done that successfully before. And part of it's because, you know, I work by feel, and so finding that chain to work into, right, in the initial chain is really hard for me. I still struggle to not get my chain too tight, to feel those initial stitches, to connect it in a loop, right, not twist it. All those things are still a challenge for me, even though I've already done a tutorial even on my channel. Yeah, my soap sack did a tutorial on my granny square, and thank you to every one of you who's watched that tutorial. Thank you so much. But today I was like, you've got to learn how to make a hat from the bottom up. You gotta learn how to do the brim, the ribbing, because I love to do ribbing on brims on knit hats, but I can't get ribbing in crochet. And so I was like, one of the best ways for me to do that by feel is to start with a really big yarn that I can easily feel every single stitch. And so I dug out some Lion Brand wool. Is thick and quick, and let me tell you, it's thick and it's quick. That ain't no lie. You get what they advertise, okay? I banged this out in a couple of hours this afternoon. So it is thick. It's very, very warm, and it's very thick. So I can easily feel. If you're visually impaired and you're struggling to learn new stitches and how to crochet and how to feel, you know, the different loops and stuff, then try, this is a number 6 super bulky crocheted on a 9mm hook. Yeah. Which most sets, by the way, don't even come with that. Most sets, the biggest they get is a 6 or a 6.5 or a 7. So I did have to get these with, these are a different set that I had to get, but you might have to order one of those special. But this is with a 9mm hook, so I could easily feel my chain that I was working into. I learned how to do the ribbing on the brim. Really a great beginner technique too, to learn how to do this. It's a free pattern, so I'm not giving away. It's Lion Brand. You too can get it. I'll try to link it up if I remember when I post this. To do the ribbing, you half double crochet, and in the next stitch you front post double crochet, and you go back and forth. You alternate with those 2 stitches. And at first I was thinking, like, how's that going to work out for ribbing, right? But it's because those front posts are dropped down into the post below, so they come out pretty level with the half double. So that's how they did their ribbing. I'm loving it. And then I also, you know, learned for this beanie, this little hat, you work into the space between the stitches. So that was kind of a different pattern. So, but it definitely was great for me to learn how to work from the bottom up on a hat, to learn how to do the ribbing. I was super, super excited to find this pattern and get to work on this, you know, thick yarn, right? It's thick. So I could feel it. So it was the perfect way. And it's funny because I didn't even know when I started this hat, I didn't even know it was my crochet anniversary. I was just sort of on that kick of like, learn new things, right? Learn new things, because just like I say with knitting, I could probably be doing knitting and crochet for the rest of my life and not know it all. Okay, there's always, I love that. There's always something new to learn. I love to learn. I love to challenge myself mentally. That's part of the love that I have in knitting and crochet. I'm like, well, what can I take on now? What can I take on now, right? I'm like, I'm wanting to learn stuff. And so I was like, ooh, I need to learn that, right? So I did that today and ended up celebrating my crochet anniversary by learning something new with this little hat from Lion Brand. And I got so excited. I should also tell you that I am recording this Saturday night. on the 19th. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, you know I tend to pre-record at least one night before because of my slow internet, right? It can take me like 12 hours to upload a video. So, but sometimes now I've been recording up to 2 nights ahead of time. So Saturday night, this is for Monday the 21st, when we celebrate Miss Crochet Aversary. Because I've had some glitches, some interruptions, some issues with lighting, whatever, technology, and so I like to preview that video and make sure I'm uploading, you know, at least somewhat quality, right? Sometimes I'm listing. That's something I haven't figured out yet. Still, my apologies. My second video of me trying to show you what to do without your Swift was less crooked, but it was still crooked. Yeah, I really can't see that till after I'm like really trying to watch it up close on my phone, and then I really struggle to even see that. So anyways, so I am recording this Saturday night. And it's on the eve of Sock Week. Yeah, Sock Week does start the 20th. I still am planning on knitting for Sock Week, but I'm not going to cheat, even though I usually like to pre-record my content. I am not going to cheat, right? Not going to do it. I can't start my sock until 12:01 for Sunday. And I hope I'm not up then. I really do. I really hope I'm not awake at 12:01 casting out my sock in a few hours. Hope I'm asleep. But I won't be able to start till Sunday morning whenever I'm up, right, on my sock. So I'm not going to be able to make Sunday's video until Sunday. And it could take me all day to upload that. So you might not see. So you'll be watching this on Monday, hopefully. I'll get this one uploaded. You'll be watching this on Monday, but if you don't see a video on Sunday and it comes out sometime on Monday with this video, it's because I had to record Sunday's video on Sunday and upload it the same day. So you will see this on the 21st. We're celebrating my crochet anniversary. On the 22nd, we're celebrating another anniversary that I actually already pre-recorded. That's a very special 30th anniversary in my life, and I just wanted to knit and chat with y'all about it because this channel is about knitting and crochet, but it's also about life with a visual impairment and a disability because I really like to educate about those things. So I'm sharing a personal story of my life that has to do with my visual impairment with you on the 22nd. But in that video, I'm just going to tell you, I was working on knitting the Granita tank top, which I did last Whip Wednesday with y'all, and I referenced a video. I said it's not Whip Wednesday, it's not Your Therapist Thursday. Okay, so I tried to record. Well, I did record. I recorded a video of Not Your Therapist Thursday for Thursday, and my internet was so slow that video was still uploading on Thursday when I was making Tuesday's video. Yeah, and it never uploaded, okay? It's 11 p.m. on Thursday night, and the video hadn't finished uploading. Over 24 hours. Wouldn't upload. So, I deleted that video. Super annoyed, but just deleted it. And then I had a video already uploaded for Saturday, my yarn unboxing, my premiere yarn unboxing, right? And I went ahead and published that Thursday night, 11 o'clock. And thank you. Still, people are watching that one. So thank you so much. So I moved the Saturday video to Thursday. So I'd have a video for Thursday. And then boom, made the Saturday video Friday night of me opening up the Hawthorne fingering with you all and winding it into a ball. So if you watch the Tuesday video on the 22nd about celebrating that 30th anniversary, and I referenced the video from Not Your Therapist Thursday, and you're like, did I miss that? What? You didn't miss it. The internet never uploaded the video, and I finally just deleted it, okay? It just doesn't exist anymore. So if you're confused and you think you missed that video, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't. That's just technology, right? That's life doing YouTube from a very remote rural area with terrible wireless service from Verizon and slower Wi-Fi, okay? And I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing. And this week will definitely be more of a challenge because Sunday's video will be done that day. And probably Thursday's video, Wednesday and Thursday will be done that week. I don't know yet. I really haven't planned the rest of beyond the Monday, this video, Tuesday, and finish it Friday videos, which isn't uploaded yet. The rest of the week's kind of up in the air because we're going to see how sock week goes for me. Yeah, we are. That'll be interesting, right? So, anyways, I just wanted to share this special day with you because you're all stitchers, right? You're stitchers. So let me know if you crochet or knit. Do you remember the day that you first learned to crochet and knit? Like seriously, like I did. Like, do you remember the day? Do you remember what you were doing? Do you remember who taught you? Do you remember how you learned, right? Because for me, it's a big deal. It is. When I look at what my life, like all this stuff, like the shawl and the tank tops and how I'm designing all these clothes, like I'm so excited now, okay? So it is a big deal to me. And it is a special day because I love to crochet. Right? Look at the blanket behind me. It's the Glenda's Victoria Star. Did that, let's see, July to August, September to October, October to November. I think I did that. I don't know. I was probably only crocheting for 4 or 5 months when I did that, and I was so excited about it. Learn the popcorn stitches like are in that, really challenged myself to do a lot of new stuff with that blanket within, just a few months of crocheting. So I can now, I don't think when I say on my videos, I'm like, oh, I'm new to crochet. I can't say that anymore, y'all. I can't. It's been a year. Can't say new to crochet anymore. I mean, I feel like it's still when I watch like people like Glenda from Creative Grandma and Shannon from Another Yarn, like those ladies have been crocheting for a long time, right? So I still feel like a baby in the crochet world when I compare myself to them. But I think I can officially say I'm not new to crochet anymore. So I really wanted to share this with you all on my channel. Hope you're celebrating. Hope you're crocheting or knitting or crafting or whatever. Let me know in the comments what you're doing tonight while you watch this. Let me know what's on your needles, what's on your hook. Let me know if you remember when you learned the craft. And, let me know like what your goals are, right? Like what new skills. Are you taking on new skills? And it's okay if you're not. If you're like, nope, I know how to do granny squares and I do granny squares, right? That's totally okay, right? But if you are learning new things, like, I want to learn how to do a hat from the bottom up. If you're taking on those challenges, let me know because I totally want to celebrate with you, right? Those are things to celebrate. Those are things to be excited about when you learn new things. Challenge yourself. I get excited about it. I was excited today. I'm like, ooh, I just learned how to knit a hat or crochet a hat from the bottom up. Learn how to rib. I get excited. Yeah. That's my joy, right? We got to find our joy and our excitement. We got to find those things wherever we can, right? So I hope for you as you're crafting. If it's not, you can still let me know what it is, right? Maybe it's something else that you enjoy. Maybe you're gardening. It's the middle of summer. Maybe you're gardening right now. I don't know what it is, but let me know what gives you that excitement, right? I got excited like a child today. I get excited like I'm 5 years old, jumping around the house. I'm like, ooh, I just learned this. Yeah. So anyway, crochet in the last year, I am so excited about the journey I've been on. I'm so excited where it's taken me. I'm so excited for what I've learned. And of course, I'm so excited that you've been here with me since February and that you're going to be here with me as I continue to learn new stuff. Okay, well, thanks so much for listening. Let me know if you're doing sock week. Yeah, all the things, right? All the things. Okay. Well, hope you enjoyed this little spontaneous celebration of my crochet anniversary. And you know what I like to end with. Yeah. Creativity is for everybody. I put on the shawl, but it's pretty hot still here. Still like 80 degrees. Yeah. So creativity is for everybody. Whether you see or you see like me, which is not so much, not in color, not in the day, or you don't see at all. Creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or carving or weaving or whatever it is that brings you joy today, it's a great day to craft and create. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're all having a good day like me. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now. My earbud just fell out, but at least I remembered to put it in. You didn't have to listen to my screen reader tonight.